people have, particularly, let's say, even like in the faith-based world where I spend a lot of my life, right? Like they just have no plan for transformation. They don't have a plan. They're just like winging it, doing the best they can, and they also are acutely unaware of how little power they have to change themselves. Like, all right, let me just wager a bet here, right? You have some behavior in your life that has dogged you your entire life that you would probably empty your bank account to get rid of, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I'm assuming that's true for everybody in here. Am I right? Right? Okay. And we've tried everything we know how on our own unaided willpower to solve the problem.
Correct.
Right? And we can't do it. We just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. What's the answer? Well, what's interesting, and for me as a person of faith, right? Like, the answer is right in front of us. It's just literally right in front of us. You have to reach a point in your life where you look into the eyes of God, right? And say, I'm out of ammo. Like, I'm out of ammo. I literally do not, everything in me would like to stop doing this, but I can't. That is the moment when everything begins. When everyone thinks that, we call that hitting bottom.
Yeah.
That's when Paul says, I do not understand why I keep doing the things I don't want to do and I don't do the things I want to do. It's like, that is a moment where a guy is like he is standing at the precipice of transformation.
Yeah.
So the message of the steps is, guess what? I remember years ago, my sponsor, and for those of you who don't know, a sponsor is someone in a 12-step program who adopts a newcomer. And like, you just sort of hold their hand for the first year and they walk you through the steps, and they give you advice and counsel, right? He said to me one time, he said to me, Ian, we are well past any conversation about you fixing you.
It's so rewarding, isn't it? It's a great statement.
But because I had reached a point in my life where it's like, I've tried everything. I have tried everything I know how, right? Yeah. And that's the moment. That is the moment when God can go, oh, good, now we can begin. You have to realize you have run out of good ideas.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have exhausted all your good ideas, sometimes several times over. And that is the moment when grace has an opportunity to work. So let me just sort of delineate two ideas to you that are super important. I'll do it fast. How do people change? Well, most people of faith, and they do it with the best of intentions. It's just wrong, but it's with the best of intentions. They try reformation, which is I'm just going to try and fix myself.
Right.
I'm going to make myself a more loving, kind, joyful, peaceful, patient, kind, good person, right? Self-controlled. Right. I'm just going to work really hard to make myself a better person.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, pretty frustrating.
Yeah, you can move the furniture around a little bit and give yourself, and then by the way, your ego pats you on the back and goes, look what a good job I'm doing, right? That's a problem right there. I won't even go into it, right? But the fact of the matter is that's reformation. That's called taping fruit to trees.
Right.
Right? Yeah. You're just on your own unaided willpower trying to be a more respectable person. That is not what we want, which is what my faith tells me I can have, which is called transformation. Now, what is transformation? It's not reformation. Years ago, my son, I'm going to tell a story that may not be entirely appreciated, but it's in the book, right? When my son was about 1.5 years old, he was taking a bath. I'm giving him the bath. I realize I ain't got no towel. So I run to the linen closet to grab a towel. And in the minute that I am gone,
I can only imagine where this goes. I feel like this may have happened to me, some version of this.
Yes. I come back, and he has taken an epic poo in the tub. Okay? Now, in that time, right, of my being absent, he has realized that he has caused a natural disaster. The harp seals are dying. This is the Exxon Valdez.
The harp seals.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
This was a bad episode in the tub,
That means we're throwing away all of the tub toys for non-parents.
Absolutely. So he realizes he has caused a mess, and he has now been playing with the buoys in the tub, and now realizes, it's on my hand. So now he's like, wiped it on his chest and his hair and on the white tiled walls. I come back in, man. It's a crime scene. Get the tape.
Question.
We're gonna tape it out.
Yes.
Right? And
you're instantly in crisis mode.
Yeah. I'm standing there, and he's a mess. But he's been trying to fix himself. He's been trying to clean himself up.
That's good.
Before I get back. But he's made more a mess of himself by trying to fix himself. What he needed was a higher power, God, someone outside of him to do for him what he could not do for himself.
Yeah.
Namely, change.
Yeah.
That's transformation. When we reach a place in our lives where we go, I'm out of ammo. Everything I've tried to make this better has made it worse. Well-intentioned or not, right? But it's just made it worse. That's the moment when grace can come in. And then when you work the steps, what happens is that you begin to address areas of your life that have been the source of the problem, right?
Yeah.
And what happens then is that God is the author of the transformation. It's not an ego-driven reformation anymore. Am I making sense?
Yeah, total sense.
And so when people say to me all the time, they're like, well, are the 12 steps like in the Bible? It's like, it is just basically the Bible in 12 sentences. It's like, get right with God, get right with yourself, get right with other people, and keep doing it. That is basically the 12 steps, right? But you got to be ready for them.